feels the aura. Once again, this week ReZero is back with another amazing episode, full of some wonderful direction, insane character acting, some baffling mysteries, and on top of all of that, Patricia proved that she does give a fuck. Anyways, welcome back everyone to my weekly ReZero Season 4 analysis/review videos. We pick up right after we left off with Subaru leaving the Pleiades watchtower. And the moment he steps outside, he's attacked by a giant sandworm. I bet he's thinking, on top of everything that's happened in the tower, this is some fucked up ass world, bro. After that, he's saved by, I could only assume is Shala? Because of the way the monster is killed. Which is interesting enough given the cliffhanger of the last episode. Right after, Subaru is questioning himself in the third person, like in the last episode. What the voice was saying as he was falling may actually be true. Or at least partially correct. That the memories make the person. From a lot in this episode, this Subaru separates himself from the other Subaru, but we'll get more onto that later. After he's swallowed by the sands, we get a look at the first look at the TV color bar effect used in this episode. It's paired with flashes of images with the Oiron bears in the cave. I'm not sure what I could make of this, but certainly something is happening that we cannot see, both being intentionally hidden from us and Natsuki Subaru. Later, Subaru makes his way down back the path that he took in episode 3, with Ram and Eridna. Once again, he's deeply affected by the miasma, and he only makes it past 3 doors again. However, this time, instead of, you know what happened, he's teleported back to the base of the tower. I'm unsure if I have any further insights on this part of the cave, but it seems very important. Something that we can't really brush off, especially since we've returned here. Maybe it's a trial on its own. Maybe the flashing light that teleported him is rejecting him from the trial, as he's failed. Maybe the reason it's so deeply seeped in miasma is because it's hiding something beneath. But enough of all that. I know why you're really here. The reason that you decided to click on this video. And I gotta say, I was not disappointed. I absolutely adore Subaru's facial expressions in this scene. He looks so deranged. The quickly passing views of sinister looks on everyone's faces as Subaru moves faster and faster up the tower. Not to mention Yusuke Kobayashi's wonderful delivery here. And as I 100% expected, this was not a scene with aura, but the breakdown of a paranoid lunatic, with all of his deeper thoughts forced out by the miasma. Moving on, surprisingly, the first body we see is Shala's, despite the last episode's cliffhanger, and despite the fact that she said she'd turn into an unstoppable killing machine, she is the one we see dead first, very gruesomely slaughtered, looking like withered Bonnie over here. Did she not transform, or was her transforming more of a metaphor? Anyway, this was not what I expected. Continuing on, the transitions here are awesome, and they sell the horror so well. And given the way they're presented, it seems like these characters died from different causes. Shala's body was destroyed in all sorts of ways, while Ram only has a gaping hole in her back. And Yulis and Meili have completely different injuries. Pretty much only cuts. And again, I don't know why they do her like this, man, but Eridna got ripped in half again. I'm not laughing because it's funny, but fuck, man, why did they do her like that? We don't see either Beatrice or Amelia, but we wouldn't see Beatrice regardless. And a big question from this is, what happened to them? After that, Subaru's met with the only known survivor, Patricia. And I just gotta say, we were slandering her last episode, but she does give a fuck, like I said in the intro. But before we get onto that, we're shown a bit more of Subaru's perspective here. With him being affected by the miasma, he lets everything out. He has absolutely no idea why he's in the tower and what Subaru wanted to do in the first place. He keeps questioning the other Subaru, and from an outside perspective, which he now holds of himself, the other him seems completely insane. With other characters like Eridna seeing him as a monster, how could he not see himself as one too? Or at least as an inscrutable stranger to this Natsuki Subaru. The one thing that grounds him a slight bit here is Patricia. Patricia, despite having been stabbed, remains as loyal as ever. You know, you just don't put her by miasma. She won't be a vegetarian anymore. Anyway, Patricia is an animal, not a person whose motives you can't even begin to comprehend. Moving back to the scene, the two of them flee from what appears to be, my guess is miasma, but like a far more potent kind. The scene here is animated wonderfully, and I love how the music kicks in. As the two of them get cornered, Patricia sacrifices herself to save Subaru by launching him towards the balcony. Seems like even she knew of the secret passage. After that, he's killed by who? Okay, I mean, Obviously not. I mean, I know she was missing from the wheelchair, but it's not her. Or at least not the real her. However, I'll leave us to think about that later. Right after waking up from Return by Death, Subaru reaches his hands over to Amelia's neck, and I'm like, why are you doing that, bro? What's with you and the choking? This loop, he decides to hide his amnesia from the rest of the team. He tries to learn more of his talk with Julius the last night. He does a pretty good job at pretending. But in my opinion, the most I get from this scene is additional characterization for Julius. And that Subaru learns a little bit more that memory plagues Julius as well. We then get this interaction between Shaola and Subaru, which is actually kind of cute. He at first denies a hug from her, but he ends up actually doing so because of the line she said later. She even shows a bit of emotion which feels a lot more genuine than what we've seen before. But she ends up the scene with being silly. We then get a shot of the damn cup in the sink. Before moving on to the conversation with Meili and Subaru, her talk of what he said yesterday brings up more intrigue. Specifically what he said last night. We then again get these TV color bars with a flash of images. They appear to be in a different room, and that Subaru had choked her to death. He glances at his arm, and in scars the words are written, "Natsuki Subaru was here." What in the hell just happened? It seems to have been that same TV color bar effect that happened before in the episode. It seems like Subaru has the exact same perspective as us, as he's just thrown into it. Is there something inside him that's activating? Nevertheless, I probably won't be able to know until next time. If I had to give this episode a rating, I would say it's a 10 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. And if you'd like, you're welcome to stick around for more weekly ReZero content. That's all I have to say for now. See you guys later.